Okay, hello everyone. This is Saul. I am streaming here on December 9th, 2025. We left last week. I paired with, or I was on stream here with MC Fresher, a artist, an ASCII or a text artist who uses darkdraw and is a fan of that. darkdraw is, of course, a plugin for Visitdata that does ANSI art. I'm sorry, not ANSI art. It's not called ANSI art anymore. I call it text art anyway. And so anyway, we fixed a couple of things last week, and I'm going to be continuing that today. Kind of been, like I said, a cleanup infrastructure month here. I have my office cleaned and working on some of my local file system cleaning and getting some infrastructure stuff set up, and working through some old issues, some issues that have been laying around for quite a long time here. So let's see. We're going to deal with that. Maybe that, we'll see. I want to investigate her pull request. Yeah. Okay. So basically, this is Visitdata stuff. Here's darkdraw. You got one PR. I'm gonna probably take this, or at least look at it again here, and investigate whether this is feasible. It might be trickier than just taking it. We'll see. I think it's in, let's see here. Oh, this is in drawing. This is doing a Bezier curve, 3-point Bezier curve. So we look at this, and we will look at other bugs. I think there's a handful of bugs here. Let's take a quick gander. 16 of them, wow. And a lot of them are from the last 6 months from our friend MC Fresher. Yep. So let's just dive in here. Yeah, I apologize for taking so long to address some of these issues. It's hard to get into the swing of things sometimes. Okay, let's start with just an easy one. Let's try it. Well, let's try an easy one. We'll see. Cursor jumps to first line or column after text input. Top line or leftmost column is out of view, adding text with cursor line 0. Well, that's certainly interesting. I wonder what's causing that. Okay, I'm going to get rid of my teammate here. I don't have my settings for teammate set up, and so it's hard for me to relearn the Control B ones. Anyway, we're in darkdraw. We're going to load up darkdraw, the main file here. So adding, and this is the first time I've seen this issue, or looked into this issue anyway. So we'll see how this goes. Okay. So in the last, let me go back down here and actually load a darkdraw file, boxes, let's say. The top line or leftmost column is out of view. Oh, I just fixed that. Okay, let me actually go back try everything here. Okay, and so now I go back there, edit this, and now control whatever is working. Great. So there was a way here to shift the. What is that? Forgotten. Well, that's why we have the command list here. Top line or leftmost columns out of view. Maybe I can do it by zooming in. I'm not sure if I don't think we have to zoom outside of the graph. Okay, so excuse me, page down. Oh, page down. Let me try that anyway. Yeah, let's see. Oh, okay, there we go. It's easy enough. So adding text, blah, blah, blah. Doesn't seem like it's doing what it says. Maybe an old issue for some reason. That's a little, oh, that's a little weird. Why is that? That's fine. Why is that? Oh. Well, this is, that's wonky. It's a separate issue. Okay. I think that must be because, so adding stuff is fine, editing is not. Okay, well, we have at least an issue here we can work through. It's not the one that we've mentioned, but we can still fix it. So we're gonna, so when we edit text, that's E, yeah. Input canvas, cursor box, is where we are, and it should be getting it right in line, and it's not anywhere near in line here. And that's actually, oh, if the box is, let's see here, is that due to the fact that the box is smaller? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so if the box is, the height of the box is more than 1, edit text, input canvas. And let's see if we're outside of here. Okay, so that's fine, but only when we're on something. So it's in this case here. We get the X and the Y, box, X1, and it's, yeah, X1 is, well, this is interesting. Oh, it's the X1, okay, and then the Y starts from the row Y. Oh, it's when the thing is scrolled. Yeah. That'll work. Okay, that's fine, I guess. Okay. So it's sheet Y offset we're missing here, and that's okay. We're going to set this to, oh, I see, my sheet Oh, that's opposite, yeah. Minus sheet dot y offset. And so this will be box x1 minus x. Y should be set correctly. Okay. I think this might be it here. So we page down, make our quite why that's the message. Oh, shift down 6. Oh, okay, well, so shift, control shift, up and down aren't working. I gotta fix that. Separate issue. Keys. And this, oh, we'll see what the actual thing is here. Maybe it's K-rit 6 or something. Shift up, actually, yeah, so K up 6 and K down 6 are actually control shift up and down. Not that we use them, but okay. So I have these now, and if I edit that, oh, it's using the, well, at least it's doing something reasonable. Okay, so it's basically picking the last one. Cursor, oh, that's here, the cursor row. Cursor row here is different. It's always the last one. Now, that's a little funky. Maybe it should be the first one. But it's kind of not my problem right at the moment. I think we will leave it as it is. But at least this will fix the main issue here. Just edit that. Yep. Okay, that's good enough. So let's add that. Yep. Nope. So that, this is not actually edit. Edit. And I'll call this as part of number 39, even though it doesn't actually. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's. Anyway, I think that's probably. Well, it is definitely an issue. Okay, so we're gonna add this. We're gonna change this to function keys. This is bindings, I guess. And actually, it's paste. It's yeah, stamping. Okay. I had one more thing here. What was this? This was, yeah, sure. This is saving. Show file not downloaded. For each one. Okay. So I don't think I have much more here. I can't reproduce this issue as stated. would be edited outside at the wrong on-screen location. Okay, I'm going to close it. Push these eventually at the end of the day here. Okay, viewport stops scrolling, according to Adrian Grody. Will not scroll past a certain distance from origin on either axis. Well, that's interesting. I think we may have actually addressed this already. Let's see. Page down. Yeah, you can scroll down as far as you want, right? Yeah, I think we fixed it. Although, what's interesting is that the cursor is not here. Oh, page down. Okay, that's interesting. The page down. Oh. Well, that's home. G home. Oh, that was good. How do I get back to the beginning here? I can always go GH. So hold on, page down. That worked. Well, we're on 13 lines. But if I'm over here, it's still fine. Well, where was that? Okay, so there's multiple things. Oh. Okay, well, first of all, you can do this going to -1 here, and then that's bunk. Okay, so that's that's problematic. We'll fix that. You shouldn't be able to page up past. And I don't like that these. Oh, I should move this stuff around. All the commands should be at or very near the bottom here. And there are a bunch of commands that aren't. So let's clean this up here just to get things in the right general area. I don't care about those, but I do want these commands here. Oh, a bunch of commands. All the commands and bindings. And options, actually, too. Shouldn't they be down here? Yeah. Okay, I'll leave the emits there for the moment. And here's some more commands. Commands and options. Emits, bind keys. Oh, here's all these commands, too. Yeah, I just need to put things in the right places. Oh, there's all these commands. Okay, these are the most commands here. Okay, so here's our commands, all of them. Menu things there. Okay. More commands. I have the inits there. Oh, more commands. Yeah. This is quite haphazard. More commands. Move the init stuff down here. I may split this up into drawing and drawing sheet, but they're so deeply related that I'm not sure about that. Okay, move these units down there too. These clipboard index and pages, they're like global variables, put them at the top. Sure, just like this, yeah. I need those there. It's very important here that I'm only moving things around. Everything else is a separate commit. Hit set clipboard rows, flip. Yeah, oh, here's the default color. Oh, that's too. I can't put these init calls up top because I need the drawing class to be instantiated already. And actually, this is 1,200 lines of code here already. So some of these features maybe should be pulled out into their own file, and I can do that a little later. Might be a good thing for us to get organized, because this really is quite a scene here. Up and back down. Yeah, okay, so I'm slow sometimes. So we're just moving things around. That's all we're doing. Your move init commands options to bottom of file. Okay. Anyway, I wanted to look at this. If I'm going to page down here, well, page up actually is the issue. So it's just going to subtract no matter what's happened here. Do I want to clamp it here or do something in the, I think is there a cursor check? Check cursor rather? There is. And this is on, I would know if he's going to the file, but oh well, it's in the drawing, of course. So check cursor. Only checking the cursor though, we should be checking, oh, there we go, actually. We can check the Y offset, and maybe we should just do that. Oh. Wait a second. Oh, this is moving it down. But we want something here anyway. Yeah. Probably should just clamp it, the Y offset. Let's see. Max. Oh, hello, astronaut love triangle. Good to see you. I'm just fixing some issues, looking at some of the things that you had posted before. So yeah, hang out and you can hopefully watch the world get better. So, well, I assume that you're asking what we're doing. And what we're doing right now is when you scroll up, you actually have a negative Y offset, if you'll see that in the lower right. And then if you scroll down or page down from there, it'll do this wackiness. Oh, I am. Thank you. Okay. Thank you for telling me that. I need to figure this out. Input devices. Desktop. Oh, the mic. Oh, I see. This should be from the monitor of this. And this should be from that. Okay, so is this? No. Now you've lost me. I'm guessing you can't hear anything now. Oh, you can still hear me now? Is that right? How can you hear me? My levels on OBS are not showing any activity at all, so that's weird. Huh. Okay, well, I don't know then. I'll have to figure that out at some other point. But thank you for letting me know that. Okay. So anyway, back to this. Like I said, if you have a negative Y offset, it'll just scroll up like that. We don't want that. That's bonkers. In fact, I'm kind of curious how you just deal with this. I guess you just don't scroll up past the thing. Oh, up arrow will work. Interesting. Okay, so it's the up arrow. Y up is different. Go up, go up. Oh, because it's actually... Well, that's weird. We're still going to fix it. But if you look at the issue that I have up here, the viewport stops scrolling, you say that the viewport won't scroll past a certain distance, but I see it, the viewport scrolling. If you see the Y, well, it's a separate issue. But I see the see if it still happens after redrawing the bounds. Okay, give me a second here. I gotta fix at least one thing at a time. So here, go up. That's fine. Go page up. Page up. Wait a second. These should be, these are extra here. Okay. So if I page down, okay, so this is maybe what you're seeing here. That you aren't allowed to go any further. And if you go all the way over to the right, is this right? Okay, oh. Well, that was wonky. Huh. Whoa, what a trip. I'm gonna make this a little smaller here, but check this out. If I go off the edge, it slides diagonally. But it's not showing that on the bottom for some reason. Huh. Oh yeah? Okay. So that's with me commenting out these. Wow, that is weird. Okay, well, definitely we can fix this. Or better be able to fix this. I don't know what's going on there. That's a trip. Okay, so go
down, right. Cursor box is bumping over. That's fine. Oh, I think I just broke this. Yeah. Okay. So that's that. I just set that wrong thing there. And check cursor. I was half edited. Okay. I'll let you think on that. That was my mistake here. If I scroll over, it seems fine. You can scroll with the down arrow and the up arrow. That all seems fine. And I think you can go indefinitely. Now the issue is that page down won't, you can't like just scroll, use page down to scroll page after page after page. We can fix that. But using the down arrow, it does work. So, and then I guess that's the problem, is that page down then will reset to the end of the drawing, like I think you're saying. Oh, let's fix that right now. Max 0 and something for the x offset. Okay, let's see how this goes here. So page. The drawing's dimensions at load. The viewport stops scrolling and the cursor moves off screen. Oh. And that's with page down, is that correct? Really? So here's, oh, I see. Huh. You're right. That should just scroll. Okay. Because this is all correct, and then all of a sudden it stops being correct. Okay, that's weird. Okay. Plus window height minus 2. Why doesn't this fire every time? Huh. Okay, well, let's find out. stuck there. Huh. Okay. Who else is dealing with you here? Y offset. Then draw. Oh, okay. It's. Oh, what? What? You should not be. Why are you changing yourself? Okay, thanks for this bug report here. You're totally right. And that's here. That was a little bit later. Why did I do that? Yeah, okay. Well, I guess let's try to take, okay, there's Y offset. I'm just gonna remove these. The drawing, I guess we can. But actually that was what should have, that is what clamps it, but then the cursor also should be in the same place. Okay, so these actually go in check cursor, which is why I had them there. Okay, sure. And we can do this, and there's the max Y, and that, you're right, it gets reset when you reload it. Okay, let's see here. Where, should we ever clamp the bottom of it? I guess we shouldn't. You want an infinite canvas in both directions, right? Well, you want it anchored at 0. You want it to be 0, 0 to be the minimum. But then on the other side, but they're infinite in both directions, right? That's what you want? Okay. And then page down is still bonkers, but we'll fix that. Page down. Cursor box, you know, okay, and so if you press page down, I think page down should be adjusting the Y offset. Yeah, okay, makes sense. Yeah, so I'd say we want this to just be cursor box minus equals n times self that window height minus 2 for now. And Y offset should be plus equal to this. Kind of hate it, but okay. And then we'll let the check cursor. Page down. Okay, so you never or rarely move the cursor in the viewpoint half of the viewport height. Okay, you do, I was just going to ask you that, if you wanted it to move an exact whole page or half of the page or one line less than the whole page so that you could see the bottom line. So for instance, if I gotta fix that. Yeah, I'm curious. Okay, can you talk to me why you did that? Why did you remove them from the check cursor logic and then edit? Because like we want them centralized. That way we can have them all in one place and we can see how they interact. And we shouldn't have to duplicate them then. It should be more straightforward if they're all in the same place. Y minus 1, okay. apart from that, I gotta fix that. Check cursor logic prevented scrolling. Okay, well, let's find out here. Page down, +1, page down. Okay, so I have window height -2. We'll stay with that, or maybe it's -3 because there's 2 lines for the bottom 2, and then I want 1 more so you can see the last thing. So if I do this, and then go for whatever, 15 down here, and then page up. Oh, I gotta fix that. Okay, at page down, should have been. So that's interesting that, yeah, that's what I thought. It should be like that. Viewport would jump half the screen when you cross the edge of the screen. Yeah, that's annoying, isn't it? Yeah, it shouldn't do that. So you want it to be manually jumping, or jump half the screen or most of the screen when you press the page down button. Maybe whatever, page right button. But then when you do it 1 line at a time, you want it to scroll 1 column at a time, right? So it's just not being called, I think. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Check cursor. What? G arrow. Okay. Thank you. Actually, that's super helpful. Thank you, Mr. Fresher, MC Fresher. Yeah, do you expect those to be different, slightly different, page up or page down versus G arrow? Okay, well, let's make a little bit of staring at this thing here. Oh, of course, yeah, it's just like GL, like GK, GJ, GL. Okay, yeah, sorry, you're right, G arrow, I think of them as the GL commands, but they're identical. But, yeah, it's okay. Okay, so the main thing I want to know now is why when I press page up here, I go negative. This should be clamping it. to 0 whenever we call check cursor. And I'm thinking that the cursor box is that this stuff here is what's changing this, but it doesn't quite make sense. What are we displaying on the bottom line, the status line here? Our status, I think. So this is, it's drawing. Frame description, is that right? Oh, this is the top, this is above that. This is the... Okay, here we go. We are color, block colon. There we go. Our status 2. I kind of wish this was a little more configurable, but here we are. Cursor box, final thing, okay. Oh, that's the cursor box, I see. So the cursor is what's up there, and the Y offset's fine. That makes sense, but then why are we drawing the cursor at, okay. So we're gonna hard clamp the cursor to 0, 0 also. And I don't think there's, I think we're all on the same page about that. So you should never be able to go have the cursor be off screen, right? And then scroll it, fine, scroll it up. That's all good. Scroll it down, page up, okay. So at least that's a, I think a reasonable change right there. I'm going to go ahead to the status message. Cursor origin. I think we're saying the same things. Like you said, you should be able to, oh, it should be able to expand off screen. Let's try that. Are you saying it should be able to expand into negative space? The cursor should be able to be off if the screen is at, the origin is at 0, 0, like it's just like this. You expect the cursor to be able to expand up? That doesn't make sense. And we're also, I'm going to fix this too. You shouldn't be able to have a 0 with cursor. Okay. And the cursor should never Yeah, the cursor origin should never go off screen. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, the cursor origin, the top left of the cursor should always be on screen. That's a very reasonable rule. And then, like you said, the cursor bottom left can be off screen. Okay, yeah, I agree. That makes sense. Cursor box here. Do I have it? No, it's just a card box. Oh, you're in visit data. Text. No. Canvas text. Card box, there we go. And so this is okay, we're going to clamp the width. Max 1 actually of width, and the same thing for the height. Okay, so that's fine, and then we can create it. We can't go to that's great. Go off screen. You want to be able to go off screen this way. That's fine, and you can't see it. So you can move it. So how do you move the viewport here in this case? You've got a cursor that's way off the screen. Is there a way to, or do you need a way to adjust the viewport without having to go all the way down to the bottom and then all the way back up? Do you see what I'm saying? Oh, okay, that's fine. So this smooth auto-scrolling bit, I think I don't want this anymore. I don't think we need this. I think that you kind of want it to act reasonable and not be moving out from under you, right? So I think we can ditch this. No, we can ditch part of it. We need to I see. Okay, yeah, talk to me. You want this, the smooth auto scrolling, or you don't want it? Well, here we are. Can you give me a clue non-vocally? We can certainly do a chat at some point, but not at the moment. Oh. Okay. So that's interesting, because my understanding is that you want the arrows to move the cursor. And maybe we're not saying, we're not on the same vocabulary here, but the viewport is where I have these X and Y offsets that changes, you know, the actual display on the screen. And the cursor is this thing here. And so you don't want, yeah, it seems like you really want the arrows to move the cursor. unless it's like shift arrow. Shift arrow is, yeah, we don't have shift stuff yet. We could use shift to do that. Shift and an arrow. Oh yeah. Okay, we've got that. Or we can certainly keep that. That's only if the origin of the cursor is at the bottom of the viewport. And you press the down arrow once, that moves down by one, but then you have to go all the way to the top of the viewport and press up arrow once to move it back up one. That all makes sense. And we can and should do that. Okay. Let's just implement that as it is. So if the cursor box is, the origin is for it, move. Yeah, okay, so you are saying, oh, I'm sorry, it's the one thing, like if you're only using the arrow keys, only moving by one, this makes total sense. And it's when you're moving it by more than one, we have this kind of smooth scrolling business where it does it one at a time. But I'm thinking that we shouldn't do that, and we should just jump to just change it. So if this cursor box y1 is less than that, we're going to set the y offset equal to the cursor box, really. That's it. Okay, we'll check page up, page down. If y1 is greater than that, great, then y offset equals y1 minus self and the height. And to be clear, when you change the page up, page down commands, you only change those locally for yourself, right? We don't have those here right now. Okay, great. Okay, let's see how this goes here. Up, no, down, does it one, one off. Separate issue. Okay, what's wrong with me here? Okay, so why would that? Okay, let's start with my math here. So we've clamped those all to the origin. That's fine. If it's on this side, if y1 is greater than y offset plus the window height minus 2. It should be minus 2 because there's two lines at the bottom that are being taken over. Right? So if it is after that, we have to adjust it. Okay, I think I'm off by 1 there. Okay. What do I add about here? Y offset equals the Y1 minus the window height plus what's wrong here? Sure seems like this should be the thing. Okay, so real close, but 1 off. It's going in that bottom row there. It's greater than. So originally I had this greater than or equal to. That would make some sense here. If it's greater than or equal to that, that doesn't change anything. What am I on crack? Status here. Okay, so the problem is it is seeing it at the right time. Not acting on it. Okay, that's, for some reason, that's correct. I don't know. I thought window height. Oh, window height includes the 0 line. Okay, so there's already a -1 and there's 2 lines we're using. Okay. And then on the other side of it, it should be the exact same thing, but not window height, window width. Okay, will it go? Go, go, go. Okay, we're off by 1. So you go to the edge, and it scrolls. And you go to the bottom, and it scrolls. And you go to the top, and it scrolls. And you go to the right. Okay, so I think this is closer to the behavior that you want. And you said G down. Bottom, right? But you can do page down. And so how do you expect to get to scroll down? Like if you do G arrow, it only goes to the bottom. That's by design, right? And so how do you expect to page down without page down? Does that make sense? Already got this. Right, okay, so that's exactly how it works now, right? If you add something else at the bottom here, and you, oh, it doesn't, it's stuck. Okay, so is that the bug that we're talking about at some point here, where you add something below the line and until you reload it, it does not acknowledge that as the bottom of the drawing? Okay, we can try to fix that. Well, when you add a text object, we'll just make place text, check we have this max y variable. It's being set. Oh, actually saving yeah, we need to reset the bounding box. Yeah, but if you add a new row, every time you add a new row on the backing sheet, we should do this. We should update the max, min, max, or bounds, I guess. Update drawing bounds. And then we will make it, whenever you place text or add text, add row. Oh. And then we will just do whenever you add a row, we update the bounds. Now, I can tell here, so this will fix that. So if we go down here and you go GJ, that goes to that bottom, you add something here, and then GJ now goes to the bottom there. So we fixed that one. There is an issue if you undo that and then go up and down, the bottom of the drawing will stick like that. I'm not too concerned about that, I think, at the moment. But that'll give it a different bottom. Okay, so let me submit some things here. So we're definitely moving this out of there. No. Yes. Yes. No. Okay, so this is the bounds. This is scrolling. Yes. Viewport maybe. Simplify. I'm not sure if this is what you're talking about with number 34. We may have to we'll just push this, commit this, have you start playing with it and seeing if this actually does adjust what you're seeing here. Okay, I have to go blow my nose, so y'all can hang out for a second and admire my homepage. Be right back. Okay, I am back. Hello. That's interesting. Oh. Hello. Okay. So I apologize. You can still hear me, right? Can you still hear me? Yes. Okay. So I apologize if you could hear me blowing my nose. I don't have I didn't mute properly. Oh well. So I'm glad to hear that the ANSI HTML thing works. That's great. I have not tried the FFmpeg inversion thing yet. That is my task for tonight. Thank you very much for sharing it with me. That is a great first step anyway. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so I fixed that. And now we have this update bounds. And I wanted to and this is what is it? Now there's one thing here. I'm not sure. Yeah, okay, so I have a theory. Is there anything actually on 0 here? 0, oh, I can't sort. Are you kidding me? There's nothing on 0. So that actually is fine, but then I have a theory that if I add something here, I can go down there and the top row won't, it's still fine. It's interesting, I don't know why that is. Is it just that I go topmost? It's just 0. Okay, it just knows that it's 0, which makes sense. You don't want it to be actually the minimum. You don't want it to go to the minimum Y of the drawing. You just want it to go to the very top. That makes sense. Okay. And I think I'm going to remove these other page up and page down things. I guess they could be halvesies. Cool with it being, actually that's the question. Do you want it to be the full screen, the half screen, the full screen minus a line? Here's your big chance to make get it how you want it. Yeah. Okay. And so then if we have something down here, should start if we have something down here on line 24, and then we page up, page down on line 24. So that's what you get. You get one line from the previous thing when you use the page down and page up commands. Okay, and then I'm going to take out these page down things here. Do I need refresh? I don't seem to need that. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's go move on here. So I'm going to let you screw around with this. I'm going to say this is actually fixed here. Close issue. And, well, okay, I was going to deal with this number 30 here because it bothers me, but we'll try out your type error here first. Yeah. Okay, so I think that the answer here is to make the color column sorry, number 30 was is the message about package resources not being available or being deprecated. I mean, it's just annoying. Okay, color here on the drawing sheet. I think making this be type equals stir will fix that. Let's find out. So here we go. I think I understand what you're trying to do. I would like a little bit more easier reproducibility here. So in the future, just try to give me like the literal, like you can say exactly what you said here. This is great, a lot of good information, but like a step-by-step, open this, press this, see problem kind of thing. So if I just select these and then GI, that works. And if I don't do this, if I take this back to non-any type and do the exact same thing, you get worked there too. So did I fix something here? No. Again, so I don't know why this, or I can't reproduce it at the exact moment. That's okay. I just need like a, like I said, a step-by-step, and it's mostly about making it just super convenient here because, you know, I'm trying to get it. I do like a lot of the context about how you're using it and everything, but when I'm fixing a bug, I need to be like, okay, I think I fixed the bug. Did I fix the bug? If not, you know, keep going back. If I did fix the bug, great, check it in, close the issue. Like it's a ergonomic dev process. But again, it seems like it already works here. So I may have fixed it in a different way, but I can't tell because I don't know the exact set of commands to run. Well, there's stuff on the canvas. I've got this stuff here. Oh, I see. There you go. Object of type int has no length. It's just they were selected that it wasn't. You have to be on the item? Okay. Yeah, I got that. I think that the key is the cursor has to be on the thing. I still have that issue. Okay, so this did not fix it. Well, actually, there's a couple of issues here. This length. Oh, it is. Wait. Oh, this is the. Yeah, it should be using the color column to get the thing, I think. Okay, I think I'm getting what you're seeing, and it makes sense because here we are trying to figure out if I need to do anything more than the simple surgical fix here. Okay, this split. This might be a problem with the set call anchor. I'm thinking that it should be typing set values. Oh, but it's set. Okay. Set values typed. I think that should fix that. The same thing for, I can change them all, that won't matter. This one might matter. Set values type. Okay, I think that if I do that, then I shouldn't even have to change this stuff here. Okay. There we go. Okay, so yeah, that's a. Oh, actually, do I need to? I may have to also change this. Oh, okay, I also have to do this, and then, okay, yes, so I have to do this here, and I think I'll, yeah, change that on Visitata, which is, that makes sense to me. That they're numbers, but if you're trying to make string numbers, you still can do that. Okay. So this is anchor. We're going to use set values typed to allow non-int. Well, non-numeric columns. For instance, in darkdraw. partial fix. This is darkdraw. Okay, and back here, we set that. So this is going to be color is a string, really. Yeah. I get that you can do that, and that's great. That's part of, I mean, good on you for finding a workaround. You shouldn't have to do that though. Like this is one of those things where everything should just flow through and be in the proper place. And I think we found the way that we can make that happen. So you shouldn't have to do that anymore. Ideally. Okay, so let's go back here to this one. I'm not sure how easy this one is here. Package resources. What are you supposed to do instead? Okay, so use import lib. How compatible are they? Package resources versus import lib. Is it down here at the bottom? Okay, so what are we actually using here? Package resources, that was in the HTML. Oh, okay, that's actually that in there, okay. Well, let's see. Migrating, here we go. Resource file name, great. Oh, man. Well, shoot. I'm sorry to hear the dirt loader is broken. It was working for us. Is it newly broken? Or was it like a niche little edge case we hadn't seen? And how come you didn't file a book? I know it's a pain in the ass to file books. I shouldn't give you lip like that, but. Huh. It was working. And it just stopped working? Okay. Okay. Well, I'll deal with that in a little bit. Oh boy. Do I want to use the option? I mean, I have to use this. I have to allow you a way, or everybody a way, to set the template file. I use that even. And it's not quite what I need. Man, this is kind of not ideal. I really just need the bytes for it, so you know what I'm going to do? Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to make this be a non-template, or a nothing here, and if it's not specified, then we'll pull it in just like we're supposed to here. If not fn, oh, actually it's if fn and template equals this, else template equals the resources resource string files, my package join path, okay, whatever. This is .read bytes. Okay. That might be it. And then I can get an option since we have fall, or this is the okay, so that's fine. By default, it uses ANSI HTML. let's see how that goes. I have to actually import some stuff. Where do I get this from? Lib resources. Save it as ANSI HTML. Okay. Oh, I see. So, do I want to decode this? Do I? Guess so. Okay. Check this out. There it is. Got the right file. Enough. Okay. So at least that message should be gone here. Yep. And where does import lib come around? 3.7. I think we are well past our 3.7 time. Okay. So yes. And this is going to be ANSI HTML saving. Yeah. Migrate to import lib resources. Number 30. Okay, so that's that. Ignore tags to that. Okay, so now let's try what you were saying about dir files. Samples, sure. Okay, so that works for me. So I don't know why you're having issues. Now, it might be that one of the things I fixed here is one of those, is the problem that you had, and it's just, it had a different cause. But, yeah, as far as I know, that's dir files look like they are loading, or at least this one dir file is loading just fine. Oh, I may not have pushed our fix from Saturday, so my apologies. I'll push this right now, and you can verify that it does in fact work. And this will be closed now. Okay, type error. I fixed that. Close. Okay, I literally just pushed changes to both visit data. Well, let's see if it is there, but yeah, the changes to darkdraw. So please do a pull and try again, please. Okay. I think I have frame. Let's change this over here. Column ID is the frame sheet. But this ID here should be a string. And the frame should be a string. Well, it's not too hard. You type git stash. I may have to, I might want to anyway, add the same instructions for filing issues on darkdraw as we do have on Visitata, just to make it more of a template to fill out. Oh yeah, it worked? Okay, great. Problem solved. Okay, so I see this issue about fill, and I'm sorry that it's just a lot of, I have the same problem reading paragraphs of things in general. Like if it's a list, I want it to be a list. So I need to know what I'm literally doing, what I expect to see, and not what I do see. So you show me the animation here, which could be helpful, but I'm missing the steps. I need to be able to do it myself here. So basically, okay, copy an object from the palette, and it's in a separate sheet. Example arrows. And so copy an arrow. I think it's just so, separate tab, press Y. Canvas, resizing the cursor and pressing F. That works. That works. So So I don't know what the issue is here, or if there is an issue. Again, possible that it got fixed in some other thing, and this is a 3 or 4 month old bug, and I apologize for that. Oh yeah? Okay, great. No repro. Close. Okay, so we have maybe another couple minutes here. Oh, reaching back. Boy. Well, let's see, multi-line paste here. Well, I would complain to Anya that this bug is a pretty crappy feature request, but I probably asked her to post it, so it's probably my fault. Why? What do we mean by multi-line paste? Is it taking a bunch of stuff from here and adding to it? Maybe? Sorry, are you talking about this bug that or the thing I'm talking about here, this multi-line paste, or something else? Or the previous issue that we just closed? Okay. Okay, so, oh, okay, thank you. Do you remember, that probably was, do you remember what the actual thing you were trying to do was here? Multi-line paste? Oh, was that all? Okay. Okay. I think this will be a difficult one for us to fix. Actually, can I find darkdraw? Is that what this is? No. Reddit darkdraw. That work? That's probably you. Yep. Yeah, no, you were doing great. I I really appreciate the level of tenacity you have for this. This is great. Um, yeah, so I think so you're trying to copy and paste via the system clipboard the drawing. You basically had something in, like, let's just call it Notepad, right? And you were trying to cut and paste it into Visit, or I'm sorry, in darkdraw. And now it sounds like you might be able to import gosh. Yeah. I mean, I hear what you're saying. It makes sense that you'd want to just like you said, you have a if I search the web for ASCII art and I find some thing like a cow or I guess sure, a bear. That's a cute bear. Great. Bear face. I copy it and then I should be able to open up some bearface.pdw and paste. Paste it anyway, and that does not work. And this doesn't even provide, that's actually even worse, I think. Yeah, looks like a bat now, because I skipped every other line. So, well, okay, wait a second. That's great. If I solve, well, okay, I solved your immediate problem. Yeah, you had to figure out how to get into the text column. But, you know, the next person that comes along and wants to literally just cut and paste a bear face to darkdraw so they can colorize it or whatever is going to have a similar problem, right? So what's the actual solution? Like, what would you do now if you, like I said, wanted to cut and paste this bear face into Visit Data? I mean, you can write a script, of course, but I don't want to ask anybody to do that for something this straightforward. And I wonder, how do we cut and paste multi-line reasonably here? Change how darkdraw is launched. That's interesting. How do you mean? Like, are you saying that like you save this? Oh, so you have, let's say I have a sample bearface.txt. So basically you would not use the system clipboard, you save this to a text file, and then you'd be like, okay, now I want to darkdraw open this text file. That's not going to work, but if it did work, if you could open darkdraw as an app, like you're saying, you say darkdraw bearface.txt. Is that what you're getting at? Yeah, okay. Let's think about this. Darkdraw. You did have a. No, okay. Yeah, I thought there was a an app for this. I thought you were launching darkdraw with a command instead of via Visit Data. I see. He's got an alias. Well. Okay. So, gosh. Yeah, I might, boy. Okay, so I think maybe I do have, yeah, no, yeah, I agree. It'd be nice to do that. And yeah. And it might be what we do is, yeah, we actually do create a darkdraw app. I actually have designs on, I saw it recently that somebody had bundled their entire Python app into basically a zip file that you could run. And then it just runs it from within the zip file. And that seemed handy to me. So I might wind up doing that because I don't think we have any deep requirements. I guess pillow is pretty difficult. Yeah, so we might want to, maybe we don't get pillow off the bat, but everything else we could package with it, and then just have a single downloadable file, not quite a binary, or maybe it would be kind of a binary, and then yeah, you can just run it so it doesn't require the same level of install. Like maybe you still have to install Python, but then this would just work with that. Except, yeah. So I probably should change the requirements here for Visitdata 3.4 once we release that. Anyway, yeah, I think creating an app for it. I'll have to do a little more research on this. Because yeah, I want to make a main and use enough of the stuff from Visitdata. But we don't need like, well, I guess it's kind of nice to have replay, huh? That's the problem is like you actually do want a lot of this. Yeah, I hear you. So you haven't been a pro programmer for 20 years. So are you just sufficiently motivated that you suffered through it? And is there anything that we can do to make that easier, or is it just by virtue of the fact that it's associated with Visitdata that it's going to be a difficult, steep climb for anybody? Okay, so as always, a clearer installation process. Like you said, you shouldn't have to pip install or whatever. Yeah. A lot of that is Python-ness, Python environment crap, but we can do better. We can do better. Well, we might be able to do better. We'll see if that's actually reasonable, feasible. Wow, really? So it wasn't even just that you sucked it up and finally got into it. You actually had to like level up your skills before you were able to get to the doorway, the entryway. There's no clear indication that it's not working. You mean things just don't work and you got to figure out what's going on, like you get like a stack trace or something? Well, that's interesting. Okay, so, right. Build a Docker image. You're right. That's not going to be super great. And actually, this is great because this means that if you, yeah. So, okay, if we make a, okay, let's walk through the steps here. So if we make a bundle, a little package, build a package that is darkdraw, that includes VisitData and all the modules, and it's just a thing that you can run. And then when you run it without any arguments, well, first of all, you can open, of course, DDW files and dir files, but you can also open text files. Or anything you can't open, any file you can open as a text file, and that's fine. And then if you open it, if you don't pass any arguments into it, then it opens up the tutorial. Yeah. And then you don't have to do any of this crap here. And that gets you, like you said, into it, at least into the tutorial. If the tutorial is functional after a download, you basically download it, run it, see the tutorial, start playing with it. That should be good enough. And you shouldn't have to know about VisitData. I think that's what you're saying. That's probably the biggest barrier. You should know if VisitData is there. I mean, we can talk about it down here under backing sheet. But we don't have to mention VisitData before that because we don't have to think about it as a plugin. We can just think about it as darkdraw, the app. I think that's what you're saying. Okay. Yeah, I gotcha. Okay. Didn't know there was supposed to be one, right? Well, I have to say, I admire your persistence. I appreciate that you actually did. Yeah. Great. Okay. So let's address the first one of these. I'm not going to do it today. We'll try it maybe again tomorrow. But I think that the first order of business is to create this as an actual first class app like you're expecting. Because I agree that even though it is a Visit Data plugin, it doesn't make sense to anybody who's using it as a drawing tool for it to be a Visit Data plugin. Oh, the Docker package was a valid way in. I see. Interesting. Now, Docker is already, I would say, more advanced than the pip install stuff, but like you said, the pip install stuff didn't work, so it doesn't matter if it is. Okay, so I think our first order of business will be to try making a single file, an app for darkdraw that includes a tutorial and runs the tutorial by default. And that'll be good for a couple other use cases too. I mean, even just Visit Data itself, that would be useful for. Okay, that's super helpful. Thank you so much for explaining your process going through this. So yeah, I would say, get a pen here. Penciling. So we're going to create an app bundle. For darkdraw. Ideally with all of its dependencies, most of the dependencies anyway. Yeah, well, I mean, that's a common gap. Yep. There's a, is it XKCD? Let's see if I can find this thing. XKCD experts, maybe? Yeah, I think this is it. This is a classic XKCD here. You can probably read it from my screen. But silicate chemistry is second nature to us geochemists, so it's easy to forget that the average person probably only knows the formulas for olivine and maybe one or two feldspars. And quartz, of course. And so, you know the formula for olivine and one or two feldspars, right? Oh, I see. Well, I read it to you anyway. And the comment is, even when they're trying to compensate for it, experts in anything wildly overestimate the average person's familiarity with their field. And that's, yep. How could anyone consider themselves a well-rounded adult without a basic understanding of silicate geochemistry? Silicates are everywhere. It's hard to throw a rock without throwing one. Anyway, XKCD, as always, relevant. Okay, well, we did wind up fixing several issues, and I think we made some decent progress here. Thanks so much for being here. I will do a little bit of research tonight, but then, and also I'm going to try out your suggestion for the audio stuff. I'll try that tonight. And then, yeah, I'll do some research on packaging up an app like this. Maybe tomorrow we bang out an app for darkdraw that you can just download and run. We'll see how easy or hard that is. Yeah. Yep. Totally. Well, sometimes I'm Dunning and sometimes I'm Kruger. I seem to embody them both. Okay, man. Thanks for being here, and thanks for anybody else who winds up watching this at some other point. And yeah, have a good night. I'll see you hopefully tomorrow. Cheers.